And you, of course, have been talking quite a lot about how fast skills are changing. And for some, it's less about, skills or degrees, but is it about learning? And one of those folks is Ginny Rometty, who you interviewed, the CEO of IBM. And she said, I expect AI to change 100% of the jobs in the next 5 to 10 years. That is a seismic shift. And it means that the function of HR is going to have to change a lot. How do you kind of unpack that? How do you make sense of that from a hiring perspective?
First of all, I would probably change the word AI to technology because I think AI implies an intelligence that I'm not sure technology has quite yet. I'd say like artificial cognition usually instead of AI, but technology is certainly changing. I would agree 100% of jobs. I think HR is really the MVP going forward. If you look back, the global financial crisis 2008, your CFO was the MVP. They kept the lights on, in the organization. They kept things rolling. And then as we went into the pandemic so rapidly, and you went from 10 central offices to 100,000 home offices, your CTO or your CIO was your MVP. And now going forward, you've got an empowered workforce that knows they're empowered. And even if we go through a recession or a retraction of some sort, it still is dependent upon your workforce. I mean, recalculation of the S&P 500, 1975, 83% of the value of all the companies on the S&P 500 came from tangible capital because we made stuff. And so humans were just a cost to contain in making stuff. We took tangible stuff, we made other tangible stuff out of it, and we tried to keep the cost of that human down. Now 90% of the value on the S&P 500 comes from intangible capital, which is ideas. That's human activity. So we're in the human value era, and the ability to unlock that human value is really going to fall on the folks who can figure out how to attract it, nurture it, organize it, replenish it, refuel it. That's HR. So I think it's a CHRO kind of flanked with the chief diversity officer and the chief learning officer are going to be your MVPs going into this next era.
Taking that one step further, just quickly, the traditional CHRO, I would estimate is going to be unfit, largely unless they get a lot of development. I would say you're probably going to see a lot of new people coming from other areas to kind of help stem that, to go, hey, we got to think about this very differently.
Or those folks, if you talk to them, and I talk to a lot of them have wanted this for so long and have not been listening.
Yay.
Support the folks who've been in there trying, because I know a lot of them who are like, finally, they're listening to us. Our role has been to unleash human potential, but we've been stuck, relegating benefits and stuff.